guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary and high school age. Today is going to be a week of daily plans. I have my weekly plan with me that went up last week. This is my 13th week, and it is something that I have been considering doing for probably about 6 months, and then much more seriously this first quarter. And essentially what it is, it's just a quarterly refresh on my goals, but I'm also trying to do a couple of other things. I'm trying to incorporate some stuff from the 12-week year, from Essentialism, the book Essentialism, from my TechWise family, and also my power sheets, and just focusing on rest and taking some time to learn some things that I don't necessarily put time into because I'm always so busy, and just really getting ready for a new season that is going to be extremely busy, if I'm being honest. I had my monthly reset last week, and that vlog is already up if you're interested, and April and May are so busy. I'm not sure I'm going to have that much time to actually work on any goals because it is going to be so busy and I'm not going to have a ton of time. I say that, but we're also winding down on homeschool. This is our last week of homeschool, our last official week. The kids will have a few things to finish up through the rest of April, but for the most part, everything that I do will be done. So tomorrow, I'm filming this on Sunday. I have found that in the past probably 2 months, it is best for me to plan my daily planning the night or the afternoon before. And that has been really working for me, and I want to have that focus this week as well. So it is Sunday, but tomorrow is going to be, this pen isn't working very well, a reflection focus. And that sounds exactly how it's going to be. I am planning to focus on reflection, going through kind of a recap of the last quarter, also thinking how homeschool has gone in the last 6 weeks, and then hopefully also do my kind of end of year wrap up questions that I typically do. I still will have homeschool, so I need to focus on that still. I will still have my normal Monday reset stuff, and I kind of just have to do this 13th week around all of that other stuff. So I have my dailies, I have homeschool. I need to write this stuff down so that I don't think, oh, I have all kinds of time, when I really don't have all kinds of time. My Monday meeting, I will do a Monday reset. I think I have laundry to do and also groceries for the week. I need to put in a grocery order. I need to do food prep. I don't know how much of this I'm going to get done tomorrow. I did take chicken out, so hopefully that will be thawed out. So tomorrow I can make chicken in the crock pot. If it's not thawed out, I'm going to cut up the chicken and bake it. We will see. I also have to dust. I have to call doctor for Lucy, confirm an appointment. I need to do my main homeschool network welcome. I am actually taking this week off from work, and so I'm also taking it off from social media. I have planned content in my membership community, and I'm really excited about that, focusing on the 13th week, and I'm just not going to be on Facebook at all this week for my main homeschool network Facebook group. I say that, but I probably will come in for like 5 minutes in the morning and just approve posts and members each day, but that's about it. So I will do a quick morning routine, and then I don't have work tasks tomorrow. So what I'm planning on doing is after my morning routine, I am going to put reflect, and then I'm going to put, our Monday meeting, going over this final week, and then homeschool with Lucy until 10, homeschool Jack and Emma until 11:30, and then home management here, lunch, and then this afternoon, or in the afternoon, I'm going to focus more on this reflection. And that will go until probably 4 o'clock, and then I will try and do dinner. Now, the other things that I want to do in the afternoon are walk and read. I don't know if I will get to those or not. We will see. This is going to be interesting. I'm not sure I have as much reflection time in the afternoon as I would like. We'll see. Like I said, or maybe I haven't said that, I'm not sure. But this is the first time that I'm really implementing this system. And so I know that it's not going to be perfect, and that is totally okay. But I do want to set aside time to kind of work on this. And part of it is because coming into 2025, I was not nearly as prepared as I wanted to be. And I don't really know why that was. It wasn't like we were sick or anything right at the end of the year. We were really sick in January. And it's actually kind of good that I didn't spend as much time prepping some things coming into the new year, because I don't think that I would have gotten anything done. I think that this is where I'm going to leave off for tomorrow's plan. I am vlogging all week. I'm going to be doing a weekly vlog, kind of an overview, and then daily vlogs. And so I'm excited to share all that with you. That will be coming. Some of it may already be out when this video goes live. So you're getting a mix of things all over the place, but a lot of it is going to be focused on this week and how I'm trying to create and implement this new system. I'm really excited about it, but we'll see. Tomorrow afternoon, I will come back and let you know how Monday turns out and plan out Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, friends. Did I come back yesterday to chat with anybody? No. Did I plan out today yesterday? No. However, I did get 2 more appointments on the calendar for April and May, so that was exciting. I think, sorry, let me actually go through yesterday. Yesterday was a really good day. My reflection was quite good. I did not end up doing reflection in the morning. I was doing work tasks, even though I'm technically off from work this week. I was trying to get ahead for some videos that I had filmed and just editing those, and I was up at the lovely hour of 4 in the morning yesterday. And I was up that early on Sunday as well. I think that because I have so much going on in the next 2 months, it's really making me nervous on how I'm going to manage everything, because I know that typically I struggle to be straight out that way. It's very hard for me to constantly be on the go. That is not the lifestyle that works for me. And I know that there are way busier people, but when I am driving back and forth to appointments multiple times a week and don't have the weekends to kind of rest and recuperate, that is a recipe for disaster for me. So I think that's why I've been waking up so early. However, today I woke up at like 5:45, and that was good. I am still tired and I have a bit of a headache. I think the weather is not going to be great today. That's kind of my indication. But reflection, it went so well. And our school day went really well also. So I felt good about things. The only thing that I didn't do was the home management stuff, which was dust. And that was because I ended up on several phone calls with different various appointments that everybody has. So overall, it was a good day. Now it is April 1st, which is crazy. Today I don't have a ton on my plan, which is nice. Today's focus is going to be refresh. I mean, I do have homeschool. I do have homeschool. There is that. I'll put my dailies down. Now, I also need to tidy my office today. I thought about doing it yesterday and it was not on my list, and so I just didn't do it. I actually ended up doing most of my reflection in the living room on the couch. I just brought all of my journals out there, and that was really nice. So I do have homeschool today with the kids. Lucy was up late last night. She did not feel well, so I'm going to let her sleep in today. I'm just hoping that she will feel better this morning and we can get through school. Lucy is the one that only has a few days left of school. Technically, she has a couple more pages of cursive that she'll have to do after the end of school, but I'm honestly really not that concerned about it as long as we get through her math, reading, and language arts, which she is on track for. But if she wakes up sick today, that's going to throw off the rest of the week, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so homeschool, and then I don't have any like bigger home management stuff, although I should write dust down. And then I am going to be doing my quarterly action plans today. That is the refresh part. And I'm also going to do April goals. And guys, I am very tempted to do my May goals early because I have my calendars set up for April and May. I almost feel like I should only do quarterly action plans and not necessarily have April goals. I am still going to set up my tending list for April, what I think I can get done, but I may end up doing my May goals earlier than normal. So it's going to be just kind of a play it by ear kind of thing. It's part of it is because my second quarter of the year, my spring season, is only April and May. And so it's a very short period of time, and it is so super busy. It is every year. It's every year. I don't know why we just have so much going on in April and May, which is one of the reasons that I try to finish the bulk of our school by the end of March or like middle of April. I do want to put homeschool planning here, not actual planning. I mean, yes, planning for next year. I'm still brainstorming Jack's courses. I have a couple of really cool ideas that I've gotten from AI. One is applied physics for gaming. That's not the real title, but I can't remember exactly what it is at the moment. And the other one is narrative storytelling in video games. Again, not the exact title that we came up with, but my brain is not functioning right now. It's 6:40, and I've been trying to get the pellet stove to start. For some reason, the starter wasn't working. And anyways, okay. I do have a call at 1. I don't have anything for work. Actually, I do have some writing that I want to do, and I also want to look at my conference workshop that I'm doing beginning of May. It's a workshop that I've done so many times over the past 5 years, but it's always been in like pre-recorded or online. And I'm not a public speaker. I'm sure that I can do public speaking, but it's never something that I have done. And so I'm definitely a little concerned about getting up there and just like freezing. Sometimes my brain doesn't work, and editing allows me to cut those big pauses, which in front of a live group is going to be a little different. Okay. Is that all I have on my list? I think so. Okay, so I was up at 5:45, AM routine, and I'm gonna put that until 7 because I really have only been doing morning routine stuff. And then I am going to put refresh here, and I am continuing to work on kind of laying out how much time I have to set my goals. And I have, I don't have my power sheets right here. They're in the living room, but essentially there's this weekly rhythms section to kind of help you reset what your rhythm is going to be like. And I love that idea in normal seasons, but I almost feel like I have to print one out for every single week based on all of the appointments that we have during the week, and just trying to figure out how I'm going to manage that stuff. Part of it will be a little bit easier because I'm done with homeschool this week. So even though Jack and Emma have a few things left, they're not mom dependent, so that's not going to be as much of an issue. But I'm just unsure of how much time I'm actually going to have. And I know it's an estimate, but I'm trying to estimate time based on my energy level. And I know it's not going to be a huge influx of energy if I'm always on the go. I think that I've scheduled the majority of our appointments over the next 2 months in the morning. And so I'm hoping that that will give me enough time to like get to the appointments, get home, kind of rest, and then still have the afternoon to be a little more productive. We'll see. I sound so lazy. I know that I do, guys, but it is just what it is. All right, so I'm going to focus on that, and then homeschool with Jack and Emma here. I'm going to put walk and read down too. These are 2 habits that I'm just trying to do. Will they happen this afternoon? Well, if I'm doing this, that's like, I don't walk for an hour and read for an hour, but by the time I get ready to walk, and then come back upstairs and clean up and everything, and then sit down to read, it does end up being about 2 hours of time. So I don't know. I guess most of my refresh time is going to be this morning, or I'm going to end up having to walk later. I think I will put refresh here because that really is the priority, and then walk and read, and I will just do a short walk. and less reading, and then I don't know what I'm going to make for dinner. Yesterday I did put chicken in the crock pot for shredded chicken. Now I have chicken for the rest of the week. I just need to make some recipes, and I might do enchiladas tonight because that's really easy. I do like an enchilada casserole. It's a lot easier than rolling them up. That's what we're going to go with today. It's just, I'm so tired, guys, from staying up late last night and then getting up early the past couple of days. Sleep is definitely a priority for me. However, if you can't sleep, what is that about, you know? Like, how do you manage sleep if you can't sleep? I'm not one to just lay in bed. I am definitely more of the opinion that it makes sense to get up and do something else, which is why I've always had a pretty good morning routine, because I will just get up when I'm awake. I don't lay in bed. I don't hit a snooze button. I just get up and start doing. Okay, now this is not super busy, obviously, but these are my priorities. I'm trying to leave a little bit of margin in case Lucy is able to do school. I'm hoping that she is, even if we can just get through like some language arts stuff like copy work and her grammar stuff. I would feel much better about the day if we could do that, but math is probably going to be something that we're going to push off until tomorrow and have to double up on math later. Okay, here's my Tuesday. Hopefully I will remember to come back this afternoon and plan out tomorrow, because taking the time to do it in the morning when I'm trying to do all of these other things, not ideal, guys. Okay, I'll check in a couple of seconds and let you know how everything went. Good morning, friends. It is Wednesday, and you know what? I did not come back and do my planning yesterday afternoon, and it's kind of funny because typically that works really well, but I have been very busy this week, even though I'm like not working and I've kind of taken off most of the week from my Facebook group. I mean, I am working. I am still vlogging and stuff, and I think that's why things are getting a little bit messed up, but I did get everything done yesterday, and I feel really good about that. I did get my goals done. My vlog from yesterday is already up, so you can see that if you would like. You can also see my goals. I know it's almost May at this point, and honestly, when I was doing my quarterly action plans, it seemed like so little, like I was not doing a lot at all, or not putting a lot down. And even when I did my April tending list, it still felt like not very much. But then I had to remind myself that I am very busy in the months of April and May. And so making sure that I recognize that it's not laziness. And sometimes I think that it's very easy, if we don't have a really long to-do list, to say, oh, are you just being lazy? But that isn't the case. It is just that I know how much time I have. I made several of these little calendars just in Excel and kind of went through and figured out how many hours of time I was already committed to. And I got this idea from the HB90 system. However, what she does is she has you write down how many task blocks or time blocks you can use to work towards your goals. But I kind of started in the reverse. I first went through to see how much time I was already committed to outside of the house, and then it kind of gave me a clearer picture as to where I might be able to fit in goal related work. For instance, I have stuff that takes up hours every day except for Wednesday for the next 8 weeks. I do have a few Sundays that are also free, which I'm glad, so that I can continue to practice Sabbath, although that's going to be very challenging. So essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to try and fit in a lot of stuff on the Wednesdays that is our free day. It's going to make these 8 weeks incredibly busy, but I know on the other days I will have some margin time to rest and kind of recuperate from all of the appointments and such. So I think it's going to work out well. I understand my energy level. I understand how much time I need to recover from big things out of the house. I'm an introvert. I'm a highly sensitive person, and over the years I've kind of come up with strategies to work on things. So my schedule may not look super busy to somebody else, but I have an understanding when I have a morning appointment, it's going to wipe out the entire morning. And so I'll only have the afternoon to do stuff. And then will I have enough energy to do something really physical? Maybe. Or it might be something that I need to spend more time like thinking through or planning through or whatnot. But these are just things that I know about myself. But I thought that that was very, very helpful. And I think I'm going to try and do that again for the summer months and hopefully see a lot more open spaces. We'll see. We'll see. So today is Wednesday and my focus is on renew. And as I was going through trying to figure out my 13th week, I knew that I wanted to take some time where I could just be researching and learning and reading. I absolutely love that. It's one of my top strengths. If you've ever done the Strengths Finder test, I love learning, and so I wanted to dedicate some time to be able to do that just for myself. And you know, that may not be everybody's cup of tea. Renewal for somebody else might be going out for a walk or doing a crafty thing or music. I do hope to play the piano some today as well and potentially go for a walk. It will depend on the weather. But I mean, outside of my treadmill walk, going for a walk outside in nature without snow. So renew is really, it's kind of restful, but I kind of got the idea from Essentialism when Greg McKeown was talking about how these executives would just go offline for a week or two and just spend time reading and not on technology and stuff. Now, I think that my renew may be a little bit on technology because I do want to try some of the ChatGPT prompts that I've seen out and about, just because I've been doing so much ChatGPT lately for homeschool planning. But that's fun for me. That's not a hardship. So, and plus it's still learning new things. But I took that chapter, I can't remember which chapter it was at this point, but that chapter really spoke to me, and just kind of stepping away from your responsibilities to take time to renew your mind. And so that's my plan for today. I have my dailies. My office desk is actually pretty good after I did my goals yesterday. I do have homeschool. We are reading a book called Amusing Ourselves to Death, Jack and Emma. I'm reading that with Jack and Emma, and it is really fascinating. And I think it must have come out in the 80s. And it's just really interesting to read his perspective on like television and stuff, especially now when we have so much instant access and instant entertainment through the internet. It's really fascinating, especially with all of my thoughts about this week. Tomorrow is my rest day, and Friday will also be a rest day where we have our screen-free day, and so it's just kind of interesting. So today, I really need to focus on homeschool with Lucy. She tricked me yesterday and said that she was going to do math with Dad last night, but that did not happen. So I really need to do that with her this morning. Yesterday I was kind of easy on her because she had been sick the night before, and so I kind of gave her a bit of a pass. She slept in. I was more focused on getting started with Jack and Emma. Even though I am off this week, it's kind of more like I'm off from my communities this week. It's 6:15. I do still want to, I'm trying to keep up with editing of the vlogs that I'm doing this week so that I have a little bit of a buffer over the next couple of weeks as Jack and Emma actually finish the rest of their school. So let's see, breakfast and get ready, homeschool Lucy. The rest of the day is really going to be focused on renew for me, sort of. I would like to do my walk and read, but this can actually be part of renew. I'm not going to read fiction. I need to make dinner. So I'm going to make, I think I mentioned this yesterday, or maybe I mentioned it in my vlog. I'm going to make this mashed potato casserole. It's a recipe that I found from the cook once, eat all week cookbook, which I love. I don't follow any of the recipes, but I love the ideas of the recipes, and then I just switch out the ingredients for things that we want to use. This one is pretty basic. She's talking about having mashed cauliflower, which my kids don't like cauliflower. I would. I think that would be lovely. Mashed cauliflower topped with cheese and chicken and bacon. And then I make green smoothies to go with it. My green smoothies are pretty basic. It is kale, frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries, a banana, and water. I don't do like milk-based smoothies. Sometimes I will put yogurt in if I have some yogurt. We'll see. But instead of the cauliflower, I do mashed potato because it fills up my kids more and they like it. So I've got to do mashed potato at some point today. And then I have my electronic screens to clean. I do have some laundry to do. So I washed laundry yesterday. And I think that is it. One other thing that I have is not necessarily, I don't know. I have my mom agenda preview going up, and so I want to share that. And then those planners are already available if you're interested. I really, really, really like the home office planner. I think that the way that it is laid out is so functional, and it might end up being my teacher planner for this coming year. We'll see. I haven't seen the new teacher planners yet. I've also considered a softbound planner because I'm only going to be planning for 2 kids instead of 3. So definitely interesting to consider. Okay. Another thing that I am considering doing this summer, after all of the planners come out, is taking some time to go through and do plan with me's with all of the various planners that I've gotten this year, like the Fresh Start weekly and daily planners from Cultivate What Matters, which includes goal setting, which I probably would not switch over, but just planning out my week, the Sterling Ink daily planner and the Cultivate What Matters brain dump journal, the mom agenda planners that I just talked about, and then probably some of my EC products as well. I mean, I was just thinking that might be fun because the summer, like July and the start of August, is not super scheduled for us, and so it might be a good time to be going through all of those planners just to try it out. It'll be my same type of planning, like where I do a brain dump and then I do a weekly plan with me and then I do a daily plan with me. I think it would still be similar to that, but just using different tools just to try them out, share them with you guys, especially since it's going to be planner launch season and then everybody can, get their new planners or whatnot. Obviously it would be a little bit later because a lot of the new planners start in July, but I was still thinking that it might be fun to try out, so I might do that. Okay, here is Wednesday. I will check in a few seconds and let you know how it went. Hopefully it will be this afternoon because it's much better when I plan on the afternoon, but we'll see. Okay, friends, so here it is Wednesday afternoon and I had quite a good day. This renew was kind of interesting for me. Again, if you want to see all of the vlogs and all of the other content, I will leave it linked in the description box. I'm pretty sure that is all already up by now. So the whole purpose of this renew day is so that I would take time to kind of research and listen to and explore things that I want to, but put off because I am too quote unquote busy. And I know that you prioritize what is most important to you. And sometimes I prioritize home management over sitting and listening to a podcast that I saw or trying out a new prompt on ChatGPT or reading a book just to learn something new. I tend to do a lot of dual purpose things, and that isn't bad. But I want to make room for these thinking tasks, essentially, that maybe are not as needed necessarily in my day-to-day, but they are things that I'm interested in. So anyways, that is what I did today. It was really good. I did not do the mashed potato casserole thing. I ended up making a spaghetti, chicken, bacon, cheese casserole type meal. I don't know. I put in the ingredients that I had to ChatGPT and said, please give me something that I can make very, very quickly. And this was it. So that's what I did. I did my work tasks this morning. I did breakfast and get ready. I did homeschool with Lucy probably until about 12:30. So I did not start my renew stuff until after lunch. And I have not gone for my walk yet. I hope to do that after I'm done filming this clip. And the afternoon, I really did spend reading books and listening to some podcasts and doing some research on ChatGPT and Grok of prompts that I had saved that I've been kind of cataloging. Every time I see a prompt that I want to try, in that moment, I don't have the time to do it. Although, maybe I should in the moment if I'm scrolling through social media, but I don't typically have the time to put thought into those prompts at that point. And so I just copy the link and put it in the Notes app. And so I sorted all of my links into business related ones and personal related ones. And then I did go through and listen to some podcasts, and overall it was really good. I think Renew also lends itself to rest, because it's something enjoyable. I spent a little bit of time going through a new Bible study that I'm hoping to start soon. And it was just nice. It was restful and also helped me think about some new ideas, which was the purpose. Would I have liked to have spent more time today doing that? Yes. But we really needed to work on homeschool with Lucy because, again, this is our last week of homeschool. Specifically for Lucy. Emma and Jack, I know I've said this a million times, they have a couple of more weeks of work, but Lucy should be done by Friday, and just helping her get through some of the math stuff is what we were focusing on this morning. So that was Wednesday. Gosh, that was a lot. So both Thursday and Friday are going to be rest days for me. And Friday is our screen-free day, and because it's the last day of school, I think we're going to go out, hopefully, because it's going to be nice. Tomorrow, I think it's supposed to snow. And so my plan for tomorrow is to record one video, and that is the quarterly reset preview vlog, which this will already be up. The way that I decided to do it was I decided to do kind of like a preview vlog of all 4 theme days, and then do an individual vlog of how each day turns out. So we'll see how it goes. It's something new that I'm trying, and we'll see. Anyways, it's been fun for me to explore this and kind of show you how I'm trying to implement a brand new system into my life. And it's not a habit or even a weekly rhythm. It's something that happens once a season. And so it's a little bit harder to manage those types of rhythms into your life because there are so many variables. If you choose a week that you happen to get sick, or your kids get sick, or there's a last minute trip or some travel that you weren't expecting, or some other thing happens, it's hard to plan weeks like this. And so this one has actually gone quite well. I think the amount of time leading up to it that I've been focusing on figuring out exactly what I wanted and not allowing myself to put too much stock into the days, because things like understanding I'm still homeschooling this week. I am still doing some work tasks, even though I'm not fully in my membership community or Facebook group this week. I've taken kind of a little bit of a break. Like tomorrow we don't have our live stream, which we usually have a live stream every Thursday. So that's what this is. Understanding the time that I have available is important. So tomorrow I have my dailies. Even though it's a rest day, I still have to vacuum and clear off the surfaces, although my office desk is looking really good right now. Everything's all nice and clean. And so hopefully I won't have to do too much tomorrow in my office. I have spend tracking, which is a normal Thursday task, and sort and file paperwork. is another normal Thursday task. I might try and do the bathrooms tomorrow. I know this is not restful at all, but Friday is a pretty big cleaning day for me. Typically, I try to do the bathrooms, the sheets, and wash the floors. The floors, you know, if you've seen any of my Plan With Me's, almost every single one for the past couple of months has been, oh no, I'm not washing the floors on Friday because it's supposed to snow all weekend. And I don't think it's supposed to snow this weekend, but it is supposed to snow tomorrow. So I'm not sure I'm going to wash the floors tomorrow, but I am going to try and get the bathrooms cleaned, and Emma actually deep cleaned the bathroom. Emma and I deep cleaned the bathroom this past weekend. So we really just need to do toilets and counters and it should be fine. So I don't think it'll take that long, but I do also want to wash the sheets tomorrow so that I don't have stuff on Friday because we're hoping to go out. So that is the plan. I will have homeschool, and then I want to do my walk and read. Rest for tomorrow, it's not going to be as much about being off screens as Friday will be, but I am planning to get most of this stuff done first thing in the morning so that the afternoon I can just spend, you know, hanging out with the kids and probably doing a little bit more personal journaling and reading and just like hanging out. That is my plan. So we will see how that works out. But these are all of my to-dos. This morning, I woke up again at 3:30 and then I did not get up. I forced myself to go back to sleep, which is not something that always happens. Oftentimes I will lay there for 30 minutes and then just get up at 4 because I can't fall back asleep. And so this morning I did fall back asleep. So I woke up again super early this morning at like 3:30 or 3:45, and I was able to fall back asleep. Most times I'm not able to fall back asleep and then I just get up. But I was able to fall back asleep this morning, but I didn't shut off my alarm. So my alarm went off at 5:30 and I was exhausted. And so I don't know if I'm going to keep my alarm for tomorrow or if I'm going to just try and sleep a little bit, because that would definitely be part of rest. But honestly, I don't know if it matters or not, because I have turned my alarm off several times this week and still woken up so early. Anyways, I am still doing work tasks first thing in the morning, and probably until 8, and then get ready, and then homeschool here until 10. I don't know if I have anything with Jack and Emma for tomorrow. I might, but my hope is to just move in. No, it's not rest there. Ignore me. You know, sometimes it'd be good if I am looking at my list, home management stuff here. Why can't I spell? I'll tell you why. I have been interrupted in this video 3 times. It's all cut out, but there have been lots of interruptions. Okay, home management until 12, lunch, and then my rest focus. And I made enough dinner to have leftovers tomorrow. So that's good. Okay. I'm starting to get a little bit of a weather headache, and I'm concerned about that for tomorrow because I always get weather related headaches. We're almost done with the bad weather, I hope, but the winter is especially hard for me with the snowstorms that come in and the pressure, and it's just something that I have to deal with, but I don't enjoy it. So obviously, it'd be nice if it didn't happen, but it does, and I just kind of have to deal with it. But the sinus headaches are just not fun. I'm also not sure what I'm going to record for my vlog tomorrow because I don't know how much I can actually show of me resting and it being interesting. I think I'll probably combine it with like 2 days of vlogging, not just tomorrow, but tomorrow and Friday when we go out. But here is my plan, and I may or may not come in tomorrow afternoon to set up Friday. I've noticed that when I do my plan my daily planning the night before. That works out really well for me on Sunday through Wednesday. And then Thursday night, I don't really want to plan out Friday because it's kind of a looser day for us as a family, and oftentimes, depending on how everybody's feeling in the morning, we may go do something, but we don't really know that until everybody wakes up, and then we just kind of go with the flow and make decisions on the fly, and that works for us because everything else is so scheduled, it seems. But anyways, here is my Thursday, and I will see you in a couple of seconds to let you know how everything went. Hi guys, it is not Friday. It's not Thursday afternoon, it is Sunday, and I never came back to even plan Friday, which shows you how restful my day was. Meaning it was actually very restful. I did do some things on Thursday. I did my dailies, I did my spend tracking, I did my paperwork. I did not do bathrooms, I didn't wash sheets. We did do homeschool, we did walk and read. I worked on my quarterly reset. So I did get quite a bit done on Thursday. I did not do my bathrooms or wash the sheets. Those were two tasks that are typically Friday tasks that I was going to try and do on Thursday, so that Friday I could just have free and not do anything. But you will see that nothing is on Friday at all. And I did not come back and do those home management tasks. And you know what? I'm okay with it. I really am. I wanted to focus on rest those 2 days and the home management projects while they need to be done. And I'm still late on them because we've been gone. I was gone yesterday. I need to do those still, but they will be things that I will be just pushing into this coming week. And it is what it is. Not every day is going to go perfect, and honestly, there were many times, Thursday afternoon, evening, and Friday, that I said, I've got to come in and write down my list and plans for Friday, and then I just never did. And then I was like, well, I'll come in and reverse plan, write down the things that I did for Friday. Didn't do that either. And then I just said, you know what, I'm just going to let it go. And then totally forgot about it until I started to edit this video this morning and realized I don't have anything for Friday. So this is a blank Friday planning page, and that is okay. Sometimes you just don't end up planning anything, and guess what? It's okay if you don't plan for the day. We had a lovely day. If you've been watching my videos recently, you will already know that, because this video is coming out after all of my 13th week vlogs, and so I will leave all of that in the description box for you. It was a wonderful week. I'm so pleased that I had it, and even this next week is actually a break week for our homeschool. As I've said many times throughout this video, the kids do have a little bit of work that they will continue to do through probably the end of April, but I will be done with all of my stuff, and we are just taking this week off. It would be our normal 1 week off after 6 weeks of work. So I have some extra time this week to work on some of the home management tasks that I put off during my reset week. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. The new Erin Condren planners, life planners, are available now. I cannot wait to share what I end up using. I am kind of an academic year person, and over this past week, I have gone through so many different planners. I know that I have gone back and forth and shared so many things with you guys recently about how I just want to be in my normal system, that I hate flipping back and forth, even though I really wanted to try being in one planner. I've gotten a bunch of new planners that I've reviewed, the Mom Agenda Home Office Planner, which I loved and thought, well, maybe I can use this for homeschool and personal. It's such a nicely made planner, very professional looking. The Erin Condren life planners. When I'm recording this, I don't know anything about the new life planner launch, but when this video goes up, the life planners will be available. My preview video or review video of whichever life planner they send me will be available, as well as my thoughts and everything. So I would love to hear what you are planning to do for July if you switch planners. Emily Lay planners are out now, and those start in August. There are awesome Lloydstrom planners and Lightstream notebooks, which I absolutely love. Sterling Ink came out with academic planners in a bunch of sizes, B5, A5, B6, and N1, I believe. And so those start in July as well. Lots of fun planner stuff coming up. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and I will see you in the next one. Thanks guys. Bye.